Good evening, viewer. Welcome to our Glory Globe TV. Here is a more breaking and shocking news. Yes, shackled together on a mountain top with padlocks around their necks, a group of Afghan migrants beg for their release. Whoever watches this video, I was kidnapped yesterday. They are demanding $4,000 for each one of us. They beat us day and night non-stop, says one man with a bloody-eyed leaves, his face caked in dust. Another video shows a group of men fully naked, crawling in the snow as someone whips them from behind. I have family, don't do this to me. I have a wife and children. Have mercy, please, one man cries in another. Shortly before his film being sexually abused at knife point by one of the gangs, these disturbing videos are evidence of a growing criminal enterprise in which gangs in the Iran kidnap mainly Afghan migrants trying to make their way to Europe. The migration route from Afghanistan to Iran, then across the border into Turkey onto the rest of Europe, has been used for decades. In fact, I took part of the same journey myself 12 years ago when fleeing Iran for the UK, where I was granted asylum. But the route is now more dangerous than ever. Those trying to cross from Iran into Turkey walk for hours over dry, mountainous terrain with no trees to provide shade, making it harder to avoid security forces who patrol the area. As hundreds of thousands have fled Afghanistan since the Taliban seized power in August 2021, gangs have seen an opportunity to profit from the huge increase in the number of people making the journey. Often in collaboration with the smugglers, they are kidnapping people on the Iranian side of the border, extorting money from vulnerable groups who have often already paid large sums in order to ensure safe passage. The BBC team heard stories of torture from at least 10 locations along the border. One activist who has been documenting the abuse for the past 3 years told us he received as many as 2 or 3 videos of torture a day at his peak. In an apartment in Turkey's commercial capital Istanbul, we met Amina. She had a successful career as a police officer in Afghanistan but fled the country when she realized the Taliban were going to retake power, having received threats before from the group. Softly spoken and wearing a purple headscarf, she told me about her experience on the border when she had and her family were taken hostage by a gang. I was very scared. I was terrified because I was pregnant and there was no doctor. We had heard many stories of young boys being raped. Her father Haji told us the gang sent him a video showing the torture of an unknown Afghan man after they had kidnapped Amina and other members of his family. This was the situation I was in. By sending this video, they were warning me, if you don't pay the ransom, we will kill your daughters and your son-in-law, he says. Haji sold his house in Afghanistan to pay the gang and get his family released. They then tried again to get into Turkey, this time successfully. But the 8-day ordeal on the border was too much for Amina. She lost her baby. Aside from the gangs, Amina and others face another major obstacle along their route, the wall. Snaking more than half the length of the Turkish-Iranian border, it stands 3 meters high and it is fortified with barbed wire and electronic sensors as well as watches towers funded by the European Union. Turkey began building the wall in 2017 in order to stop migrants crossing into the country, but they are still coming. Amina and several others told us they fell into the hands of violent gangs on the Iranian side, and after Turkish authorities had pushed them back over the border at night, allegations which have also been documented by international rights groups. Mahmoud Kagan, a Turkish human rights lawyer who represents asylum seekers, insists the practice, which is illegal under international law, is helping the gang to exploit people. It is very much related to the pushbacks, those violations, because it creates a fragile group open to all forms of abuses, he says. Turkish authorities did not respond on the BBC's request for comment about this allegation, but in the face of similar accusations from human rights group, the government has denied pushback, saying any activities to prevent illegal entry into Turkey are carried out within the scope of border management. Behind the report, Glory Globe TV, Delhi, India.